Hello and welcome. First, I'd like to mention that today I will be doing the 20+ hour stream. I'll try to start it between 7 and 8 p.m. my time, so expect the stream to be live at 8 p.m. my time or 7 p.m. in Germany or CET, 6 p.m. in the UK. Let's say it should be midday to 1 p.m. then in New York, and I'm sorry about West Coast, but I don't really know what time zones you guys use, at least not off the top of my head. And about Australia and to the eastern side on the globe, I'm sorry, but you guys will be sleeping anyway because it'll be early morning, and if you aren't sleeping, you should be. So, let's get to the actual match. Today we are in the Tier 6 German battleship, the Prinz Eitel Friedrich. And she is a ship that many people seem to have trouble with due to her rather inaccurate guns. Just like a certain other German battleship, the Gneisenau. Which is probably why she seems to perform rather well for me, just like the Gneisenau did, I suppose. Just look at this. I don't know how it happened, but it did. In this match, we are playing on the map Two Brothers, and it is a tier 8 game, as you can see, meaning that I am up tiered by a whole 2 tiers. However, luckily, most of the tier 8 seem to be ships that aren't battleships, meaning that I'm not fighting from quite as much of a disadvantage. However, we are dealing with Gneisenaus and Scharnhorsts and stuff like that, meaning that they are still of the same nation, except a tier higher, meaning they have more HP, I'd like to say more firepower, but I actually have 8 guns, Gneisenau has 6, so that's not exactly true, but you know, I would definitely pick the Gneisenau over this ship pretty much every single time. And I spawned on the eastern side, so I went to the eastern side, especially since this is a standard battle. Oh, one other thing I would like to mention. This match, I played this match while we were recording the Warships podcast, and we were talking about this ship like 15 minutes before that. And we came to the conclusion that the ship just isn't very good. If you look at the stats of the ship, it's kinda true, because, well, she has 350mm caliber guns, meaning that she can't overmatch 25mm of armor, which is kind of a shame because that's something the Bayern can do. And ships at this tier, especially tier 7 and 8, no, tier 7 at least, have 25mm of bow and aft armor, meaning that they can angle against this ship while they couldn't against the Bayern. And it's not like this ship has these amazing other features that, you know, make up for it, because if you look at the Bayern's armor scheme, it's much better than this ship's armor scheme in my opinion, or at least in practice it kinda felt that way. Might not be quite true though, because the armor on this ship it's okay, it's not stellar, but it's okay. Getting citadeled in this ship isn't very common, but on the other hand, penetrating hits kind of are. She also has rather poor range. We're talking 17.8 kilometers for a tier 6 battleship. I mean, it's okay, but it could be better. Like, if you're going up against the Fuso with her 21+ kilometer range, you're like, wow, I just can't shoot anything. My range doesn't even exist. And that's kind of a shame. But you don't really need it, because you're still tier 6. If you're up tiered against tier 8s, it can be a pretty big problem, but usually you're not, so it's okay. Especially being up tiered against lots of HE spamming tier 8 cruisers. I guess they don't even have the HE spam, just shoot anything at you. That can be a big problem. But, I mean, that's a problem for pretty much every battleship. She is fairly fast. We're talking almost 30 knots for a tier 6 battleship. That's really fast. Although it's not quite as fast as you would like it to be. At least it doesn't quite make up for the other deficiencies of the ship. Like mentioned earlier, her gun accuracy can be quite an issue. And so what I would recommend is you get into this medium kind of range like I am. I mean, look, that Gneisenau is 9 kilometers away from me. And something I actually didn't pay attention to while I was actually playing, because I was distracted with the podcast and stuff, is that this match actually went so well, probably because of these two Scharnhorsts in front of me. I'm talking the allied ones. Because we're talking about battleships that actually pushed first. How often do you see that in a random battle? I don't think that's quite as common of a thing as I would like it to be. And honestly, I suppose what helped this situation is that, well, the enemy team is basically battleships here. Look, we have a Scharnhorst, two Gneisenaus, and a Queen Elizabeth. I suppose there is an Emily, and there was a destroyer and two cruisers, but they aren't there anymore. Well, I suppose they must have decided to hide underwater because of the awesomeness of the Prinz Eitel Friedrich, right? That's why they're not there? I mean, to be fair, I have only done 35k damage so far, 7 minutes into the game, so it's hasn't gone this well till now, but it'll get better, okay? It will get better. I suppose the next target will be this Emily. I do have to watch out. Doesn't she have torpedoes? Might actually be confusing her with the Italian one, so I'm not sure. And I think while I was playing I wasn't sure either, because I don't play this tier of ship that often. I kind of keep forgetting what the gimmicks of all the ships are. Well, I know that the Emily's gimmick is that she's incredibly fast without speed boost, and she doesn't have one, but I don't remember if she has torpedoes or not. But it's better to be safe than sorry. There's also that destroyer available to shoot, the Nicholas, but I won't shoot her right now because, well, she has, I believe, 5.5 kilometer range torpedoes, meaning that if I don't go closer to her, she can't actually torpedo me. And honestly, it kind of feels like the Nicholas is a bit of a new player, considering she's firing AP at the battleship while sitting broadside, while barely moving forward. I mean, I am shooting HE at him, he's shooting AP at me. Sure, I'll take this kind of a trade, because I'll win every single time. Okay, maybe not every single time, but most of the time. Okay, the Nicholas is finally moving, but honestly, if this Nicholas decided to YOLO me, well, had decided to YOLO me earlier, I probably would have been sunk right there. Luckily though, he was nice to me and tried to stay out of his own torpedo range, for some unknown reason. Oh god, that salvo from the Gneisenau hurt. Like I said, the armor isn't stellar, but it's okay. And I am pretty much showing broadside to that Gneisenau because, well, kind of, because I want to get as many guns in this Nicholas as possible before she disappears. Okay, good. Thank you very much, Z39, for taking care of her, and now I will simply reverse behind the best armor in the game, which is an island. And then I will try to shoot that Queen Elizabeth and perhaps the Gneisenau. Or just maybe wait until the Gneisenau engages somebody else. And then wrap up, and then clean up, okay? So, back to AP. The Queen Elizabeth will be the priority, especially since she is showing me broadside now. That's going to be very, very, very useful. Come on. Wait, oh, I think that salvo completely missed. And I think she's either flooding or on fire. Can't really tell. If you're wondering why you're not hearing any audio, that's because I have alt tabbed out of the game, and that just means that audio is paused while the game is in the background. Kind of a shame that this kind of stuff happens during this kind of a match, but it is what it is. And I think that's Queen Elizabeth going to hide. Yeah, about that accuracy thing. You just saw it in action. One of the shells hit, and that was a non-penetrating hit even at that. So yeah, the guns aren't excellent, but they work well enough. And I mean, we're talking less than 12-kilometer range even. So if you're in a more standard type battle, I can see why your guns might behave rather poorly. Oh god, she is still alive. Okay, the Scharnhorst will probably finish her off. Come on. Excellent. So now I can push forward, and I suppose the fighting... I guess I'll go for the Emily and or the Scharnhorst first. Meanwhile, there's a Gneisenau that I might take a shot at with my rear turrets. The one that's, well, there's an island between me and the Gneisenau I would like to shoot. Wow, 8k damage. I'll take it. Then again, that Scharnhorst is pretty much showing me broadside, so would be a shame if I did anything less than that. Okay, Emily, you are the priority now, because you can be rather annoying, while I can angle towards the... Actually... Oh, the Fiji detonated the enemy Fubuki. Oh no. Yeah. Wait, no, the other way around. Wait, no, yeah. Sorry, I got confused there for a bit. Also, I got a nice citadel on the Emily. So, let's finish her off now. Come on, engine broken, let's see, and 2 overpens. I'm disappointed. So I wanted to say that, hey, I can angle towards the Scharnhorst Gneisenau, but actually I can't angle against the Gneisenau because she has 380mm caliber guns, while my bow is 25mm, meaning that her AP shells will overmatch me. Luckily, it's the Scharnhorst that's firing on me, while the Gneisenau is just ignoring me. However, now that I've got within 6 kilometers, there's problem number 2. Scharnhorst has torpedoes, I don't, so this is a bad idea. Now the ship does have some secondaries and stuff, but unfortunately tier 6 with secondaries isn't that great. Yeah, that salvo hurt, but it's just the Scharnhorst, so we're okay. We don't have to worry about it too much. As long as the Gneisenau doesn't try to focus fire me, we're okay. And now I'm just gonna turn away, so that if there were torpedoes launched, they won't reach me. And hopefully I will be able to take care of this Scharnhorst. Also, looking at the minimap, I might want to target the Gneisenau, because she seems to be giving me a broadside right now. So that's... Oh, torpedoes on the way. Okay. I guess that's... Salvo is, yeah, unnecessary, but just in case, maybe the torpedoes won't quite get to her. Hey, look, we're at 115k damage already. I would like to turn to the left side, the way my ship is, but there's an island there, so I'm not quite sure if I should. But finishing off the Scharnhorst would be great now. 7k HP, I think we can do it. Rear turrets on the Scharnhorst. I can't turn quite far enough because of the island, so I can't bring my front turrets to target the Scharnhorst, but I do have another target, so it's okay. Well, the enemy team does have a Nuremberg and Arizona near our cap zone, but luckily we have a York, Mitski, Fiji and Bayern there, so I don't think we are at any risk of losing our main cap zone. So all we have to do now is finish off that Scharnhorst and then finish off the Gneisenau. I do have a friendly Scharnhorst here still, so I think we'll be quite okay. Yes, my health isn't the greatest, but I have a heal up right now, so it's fine. Oh, if you're wondering what this ship is good at, I suppose her anti-air is rather strong for a tier 6 battleship, especially her long-range anti-air. So, she has that going for her, but considering that CVs are getting reworked and anti-air as a result as well, well, we don't really know what the use of that is and whether she will actually retain her strong anti-air, because I assume anti-air is getting changed too. 142 HP. Luckily I finished her off by somehow dealing 141 damage, but maths is hard, okay? And hey, Gneisenau, she's also sailing broadside. I need to still remember that the ship also has torpedoes, and I again do not, and wow, 14k damage. I got a high caliber in the Prinz Eitel Friedrich. See, ship's OP, okay? Maybe we need to actually nerf her instead. Secondaries, go! Well, it's one of the last two ships, so I'm willing to take the risk of getting torpedoed, because, hey, more damage, and we have won the game anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh, I guess the torpedoes completely missed anyway, so it's fine. Look, it's fine. I didn't even have to do anything. Come on. Come on. I'm aiming slightly higher, so I have a higher chance of hitting those shells. And wow, that actually hurt. 4 shells out of 4. All 4 of them hit. I'm impressed. Who said their ship doesn't have good accuracy? Well, anyway, now that the ships have been cleaned up on this side of the map, I don't think I will be able to do anything in this match anymore. Because they only have 1 Nürnberg, and I have my doubts for some reason that I will be able to shoot her. Might have something to do with my 17.8 kilometer range. Oh well. And there it is. I did get quite close to being almost in range, but unfortunately not quite enough. Still though, we had a great game this time. I mean, 155k damage in a Prinz Eitel Friedrich. Can't really say that you can't perform well with her, it's just unlikely. 4 ships sunk, got the Dreadnought high caliber, 83 shell hits, even shot down a plane without a carrier of course in the match. Set 1 fire with my amazing secondaries, I believe. Not actually sure. See, number 1 in XP, 2212 base XP in a tier 6 battleship in a tier 8 game. But also those 2 Scharnhorst on my team also got rewarded by being number 2 and number 3. So yeah, thanks guys for being the aggressive German battleship team. Will that get me demonetized? Probably not, right? Fingers crossed. So, it was a great match. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As you can see, you can do well with her. And if you're so inclined, come check out the 20+ hour stream. I hope I can make all 20+ hours. Ideally 24, but I can't really promise that. And I would like to thank the Patreons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, Seb Almoso. And I hope I'll see you guys next time.